Hello, everyone. I'm back with my next case study kind of panel discussion, wherein we have Nicolas, who is strategic and open innovation booster Orange Africa and Middle East at Orange Innovation. And we have two startups. Over here, we have Edwin, who is the co founder and CEO at Viteja.io. And I think Bamba, who's the CEO and founder of Paps, will be joining soon. So, not taking much of your time, Nicholas, over to you to just kickstart. Yeah.
Thank you, and thank you to the Inside Ventures for having us. We are very happy to be the three of us to present today. Um, I'm currently boosting innovation for Orange in Africa. What does that mean? It's a community of 20 innovation managers in the 20 countries where we operate that I'm supporting, that I'm inspiring, and I will say a few words about this activity in my presentation. But boosting innovation in Africa is not only with the Orange Innovation Manager, it's also by connecting startup with Orange Business and trying to co-innovate together on shared purpose, on shared goals. And we have two examples of this cooperation with Edwin Muigai from Kenya, and who's founded and was heading Intellij, a cloud telephony startup. Hi, Edwin. And we'll
Hi,
be
Nicolas.
Hello. We'll be joining also by Bamba from Senegal, who has founded Paps, um, who's a logistic startup operating in Senegal and other countries. I'll be starting my presentation, and then I will give the floor to Edwin to follow up on his presentation. So let's move to the slides. Yes. So following this short introduction, my expertise is really about open innovation program. Currently, the open innovation program with the Orange Africa managers that I'm supporting. But before I created also other open innovation program, for example, an entrepreneurship program. I've written a book about this, and you can see the picture on the slide, the Entrepreneur Factory. I will say a word about this experience. So my presentation will be very simple, as we have a limited time. I will spot three learning from innovation initiatives that I have created at Orange and conducted, and especially the one with open innovation with startup. And then I will suggest a chart, a graphical chart, to help you design the right innovation organization in your company, mixing, and that will be my key message, innovation organization with innovation culture. So let's go to the three learnings, and let's start with the first open innovation program I've been involved in at Orange. So we believe innovation is like a parachute. It's better when it's open. And so at Orange, we have developed several open innovation devices, from learning expedition, sharing ideas with internet users, with Imagine with Orange. This is what we call crowd innovation. We organize hackathon. We have a platform which is called Orange Developers to enable startup and entrepreneurs to use our Orange API. We have specific acceleration program for startup and for employees. For startup, it is called the Orange Fab. It's a 3-month program where we help startup connect with Orange businesses, and we have around 16 or 17 Orange Fab in the world, and 6 or 7 in Africa. And we have Orange Venture, which is the capital investment device. My first learning about this open innovation program is that open innovation works when we have shared goals, when we have a shared purpose with the startup or with the partners we cooperate with. And since we have shared goals, then we can start sharing knowledge, because basically open innovation is about explicit knowledge that we decide to share with our partners. So shared goals is a way to build trust, and with trust, a trustful environment, we can share working together, we can start sharing explicit knowledge. To complement this first lesson, I've written a few tips to help startups to get corporates buy-in and to start open innovation. I will go very quickly, but the first tips are related to initiating contact. Find out the problem you solve for the corporation is a way to get some interest from the corporation rather than starting with pushing forward your solution. Find out the problem that you can help the corporation to solve. Check if there is a market target fit, if you share the same market that the corporation. Build awareness, so you can build awareness about your product through a professional event and LinkedIn, and so it's a kind of pull action. You build awareness and the corporation will know about you. Focused on convince leaders within the corporation. Don't try to convince everyone in the corporation that open innovation is right for them. First, start with the one who are really willing to go forward with open innovation. And when you start to cooperate, to co-innovate, be aware of some item. First, find out, ensure that you have a sponsorship at the executive level and that you have some business unit buy-in, because at some point your co-innovation will have to land in some business unit. So be aware that you can land somewhere with a business unit buy-in. Identify a single point of contact. It's very easy to have many contacts in corporation. Find out one single point of contact which will focus all the contact, gather all the contact. Define the common interest in an agreement. This is the shared goals I have mentioned, and you can put that in a deal memo. If you start with a proof of concept, define the shared outcomes of the proof of concept and some KPI. And on your side, if you can build some API that will help collaboration, open innovation, that will accelerate the cooperation. Second lesson is about empowering employees on innovation program. So it's also called corporate entrepreneurship or intrapreneurship. And it's about letting employees sharing ideas, and if their ideas are selected, incubating their ideas into a corporate innovation project for which they will be, the employee will be the leader of the project. So I've created this entrepreneurship program at Orange. It was called the Entrepreneur Studios, and based on the exchange with 40 other corporations, I've defined 10 steps to shape such a program. So I will go very fast on this. Define the reason why for your program, the purpose. Define a value proposition to attract the employees. Identify sponsorship. Define the process for the incubation and the acceleration. Define the status of the entrepreneur, because the employee will leave partially his job. Ensure that you have business unit commitment. Define the exit, social impact, innovation ecosystem, and the value that you aim at creating, the metrics of success for your program. In the book I've written, you will find 20 entrepreneur stories that share the business that they have created and also the personal experience, personal development that they had through this kind of program. What is the lesson about this entrepreneurship program? Is you have to involve upstream, sponsor and business unit to secure that you can downstream achieve a landing place for your project. So even if entrepreneurship is really a bottom-up initiative, you have to ensure that you have a top-down support and a business support. A liaison, as we say, with the core corporation. Last program is the one I'm currently conducting in Africa, and it's about local innovation, sticking to local specificities and executing quickly innovative projects to cater our customer needs. On this, we leverage on the innovation ecosystem, on the ideas from the local Orange business unit and employees, and of course, we follow a lean innovation process, confronting very quickly our ideas with the users. And we also have the possibility to articulate with central platform. A lesson on this program is that if we build our central platform with API, it lets local affiliates, local Orange entity in Africa, develop customized features. And this is the example that we have with the Orange Money platform, where all affiliates can develop customized features to their market. And once they have developed these features, for example, in Mali or Senegal or in Botswana, the other affiliates can replicate this feature in their own country with a simple copy and paste movement. So this is what we call innovation propagation. I'm running out of time a little bit, so I will not go in depth about this, but it's about the Orange Money development in Africa. We have now 50 million subscribers to the Orange Money service. You all know the success of mobile money. What strikes me is that it's a success based on the fact that it solves a key user problem. And so we try with this local innovation program to develop innovation that is not technological, that is not about AI or VR or whatsoever, that is, first of all, transforming the way people live, that makes an impact on people's life. And for this, we try to focus on what user problem we are solving with this kind of innovation. So this is very much user-centric innovation. At the level of Orange Africa, we have developed a specific process to explore new ideas, and before developing any product, to experiment the value proposition, to test the value proposition with our users. So we call it short experiment. And so we decide to have a strategy where the local innovation program builds identity awareness on short experiment, capturing ideas and testing them, rather than developing one single huge project per year. If each affiliate tests 5 ideas per semester, that means 10 per year, as we have 20 Orange units in Africa, that will mean 200 solutions tested per year in our innovation portfolio. That is our objective. In complement with this process, we have a radio innovation channel where we receive speakers that come to share their experience of innovation in Africa, and we receive also startups like Intellij that share their business they are developing in Africa. So we are mixing this process with an innovation culture tool, and that will be my last slide. That will be innovation organization only thrives with innovation culture. So on the one hand, what is part of the organization of the process is the test and learn process that I mentioned. Collect ideas, but confront them, validate them very fast with customers. Build collaborative platform. I've mentioned open innovation and shared and the way that API can accelerate this collaboration, this innovation propagation. Last element of the organization is the scale-up phase, which is very different from the early stage phase. On the other hand, you have the culture tools. Empower people with creative tension. So let employee, business unit share innovative ideas, allocate them some time for this. Cross top-down initiative with bottom-up initiative. I've mentioned that. So ensure the strategic alignment, the business unit commitment. And last, develop boldness. Learn to build on failures and build a learning organization. So failure is part of the innovation process. You don't succeed each time. You have to be able to handle this process. Thank you very much for your attention. You can find more on this on my blog, rapidinnovation.fr, or you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I'll be happy to answer to your question. And without further ado, I will leave the floor to Edwin with Intellij and stop presenting my presentation, my slide. Thank you very much. You can go, Edwin. It's up to you.
Thank you, Nicolas, and hello, everyone. I'm truly humbled to be participating in this event and sharing the stage with innovators and entrepreneurs. I am the founder and CEO of Intellij.
Hi, Edwin. Sorry to interrupt. I think we can't hear you.
Sure.
Yeah. Is it for everyone?
How about now? Is it better?
Yeah, now we can hear you. No, again, the voice.
Sorry.
No, for me, it's
sorry.
Okay. I can hear Edwin.
I'm sorry. I think the problem was here. Okay, sorry to interrupt.
But Edwin, you did not share your presentation yet.
Shortly, I have just shared it.
Perfect.
Can you all see?
Yes.
Awesome. I am Edwin Wigai, founder and CEO of Intellij. We have a partnership with Orange on our cloud telephony solution, and I'll get to that in a moment. I wanted to take a short time to introduce Intellij, what we do, and then in the second part of my brief presentation, I'll get into how we use partnerships to foster mutual growth. Awesome. So what is Intellij? Intellij is a communications technology company. We are a startup, a bit over 2 years old, and we've built a cloud customer engagement solution for SMEs. Our solution enables businesses to set up and manage customer experiences with zero technical expertise. I'll move on to the next slide that shows our reach. In the last 2 years, we've been able to serve over 200 businesses, mostly SMEs, and distributed across 9 African countries. And our reach is testament to how partnerships have enabled us to tap into markets quickly and adapt to the needs of customers in those markets. So what is Intellij? How does it work? So Intellij sits between businesses and customers and serves as the central point that manages interactions for the business, customer interactions for the business. And users are able to create an account on our web platform, and they can go ahead to create different customer processes. The flagship example would be a cloud call center solution that any non-techie can set up and deploy in a matter of minutes. You can also set up registration forms, self-service menus, and have them accessible on different mobile channels. And the channels that we support are SMS, USSD, calls, and WhatsApp, which is coming soon. And really what we are trying to do is to enable businesses to be able to expose services across different channels. And we know that customers access services on different channels. If a customer has a complaint, they will most likely make a call. And if they're setting up an account, a text-based conversational forum would be ideal for the customer to register. So our platform helps give businesses that 360-degree view to what their customer is doing. And why do businesses use
if I may add a word, Edwin, just to complement, with this kind of cloud telephony service, what has interested us is that you have all the services from telephony, like a call center that Edwin mentioned, but also collaborative tools between employees, chat, voice call, video call, and so on, but without any installation at the customer premises, no server required, no integrator to complete the installation, no maintenance. Everything is in the cloud and instantly activated.
Right, and that's a good point you've made, Nicolas, because how quickly businesses can deploy customer services impacts product velocity. It means that they're able to iterate quickly to what the needs of the customer are, and it allows them to understand more about their customer. On our dashboard, businesses can tell where a customer is contacting them from, why, and these insights are used to develop tailored customer experiences that can be run on our dashboard. So that's actually one of the reasons why businesses use Mteja. Businesses are able to deploy sophisticated solutions without being made to understand how telephony, for example, works. They don't have to struggle with setting up menus that have conditional routing. All of this is available off of the box, and this is why our solution is most appealing to SMEs. They're able to start with one agent in their contact center, and the next day they can scale to 100 without having to understand the technical aspects of the solution. And by understanding customers, businesses can market to them differently. Obviously, you would want to incentivize people who you term as detractors in your customer base, and you would have different incentives for people who are very loyal customers. Our solution helps businesses see through all of these stats, and the collaboration tools on the platform makes it super easy for businesses to work remotely and to monitor the quality of service that they're putting out there, and to be able to scale their operations with a minimal budget. My next slide is going to be about the opportunity that we're after. Sorry, it's taking a bit of time to show on the screen, but the opportunity. Why did we work on a cloud telephony solution or a cloud customer engagement solution? Africa is a mobile-first continent. There are over 500 million unique active mobile subscribers, and with that comes the great need for people to access services on mobile. 500 million people being on mobile, that represents touch points that businesses can use to deliver their services. The fact that our solution enables businesses to visually set up call centers, surveys, NPS processes, makes it easy for businesses to create lasting conversations. And in a big way, we are helping democratize service availability on mobile for SMEs. And obviously, if you're able to improve the customer experience of your business, it has a dramatic impact in your growth. A great customer experience gives business owners a way to increase satisfaction, loyalty, and it in turn turns to a reduced cost of acquiring customers, which is something that businesses want to do a lot. I'll try to skim over some of the slides. We have enabled dozens of businesses to run customer engagement on the cloud, and over dozens of businesses rely on our solution to run mission critical cloud call centers and contact centers. The most interesting customer story that we've enabled is of a nonprofit in Uganda called International Potato Center, and they used our solution to collect information from farmers. So they would set up a survey and have it sent out as a call in local languages, and the farmers would get to respond within the survey and say, this was the level of my yield, this is the problem I encountered while using this new potato seedling. And the reason why this is the most interesting customer story for us is there was tremendous social impact from the outcome. The organization was able to collect information on the level of yield, the quality of yield, and the farmers were able to participate in their local languages. So the fact that information was very handily collected from a semi-literate audience is something that makes us sleep better at night, and we're very happy about. One of the critical driving factors to our growth and to enabling us to access markets has been partnerships. So Intellij works with communication infrastructure providers such as telcos, and Orange is the best example of that. We also work with various communications API platforms. We connect to their infrastructure and wrap around their core products to deliver the customer engagement solution. As such, Intellij works as a great distribution channel and value add for people who provide communication infrastructure. And I think that addresses a critical aspect of every partnership, that it should be based on mutual interest and mutual goals. The fact that our solution drives volumes and that we are able to develop tailored solutions for these corporates means that they are able to go live with new solutions immediately without having to invest too much time and effort and resources in development. Our partnership with Orange entails, or rather the desired objective of our partnership is to offer a tailored cloud telephony solution that rides on their infrastructure as a white label solution. So the interesting thing about this partnership with Orange is that there has been a multiplier effect. This engagement was the result of another partnership with a provider that we use, and I think that is something that works greatly in the favor of people in partnerships. The fact that there's a tremendous network effect in partnerships means that startups get to benefit a lot from working with large corporates with a lot of reach. A story that I like to tell that embodies the strength of partnerships is how we unintentionally acquired customers outside our core market, Kenya, in the first 3 months of launching our solution. We work with partners that have tremendous reach. They exist in more markets than we do. And, the partnership has helped open doors for us, where we've been able to work with test audiences to iterate on our solution. And these things wouldn't have been possible outside of partnerships with corporates. So that is an interesting value add to working with partnerships.
Edwin, I don't want to cut your speech, but we have to give the floor to the next startup.
Sure, Nicolas. Thank you, Nicolas. Yeah. I think I've covered it all. Yeah, I've covered it all. Thank you, everyone, for your time. Over to you, Nicolas and Bamba.
Thank you, Bamba. The floor is yours. You have to. Yeah, you can share your presentation.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Hi, Edwin. Hi, Nicolas. So let me share my screen, please.
We are becoming masters in screen sharing.
Yes, but this one is not a typical solution. It's a very it's a very modern solution, so it might take some more minutes. Okay.
Voilà, as they say in French.
Yes, as we
Here we go.
say in French. So good morning, everyone. My name is Bamba. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Paps. So Paps is a logistics company based in Senegal and Ivory Coast. And we've been created 5 years ago and been working with Orange since 5 years ago. So you will understand that the relationship went from a typical startup relationship to a deeper partnership with Orange as today. So basically what we are trying to solve is the inefficiency of logistics services within the countries, so in domestic market. So when you look at West African market and African market in general, you have very good solution where everything is going from abroad as the export or the import. So you have major actors such as DHL, Bolloré, etc. But when you come to the land, you have no real organized actors and you are forced to use the informal sector. So that's what we 5 years ago decided to address. Based on a simple concept, we were a call center. We were mandated by Orange to sell SIM cards. That was another company. And we faced a huge problem having the clients to appoint meetings in the agency. So we decided to deliver those SIM cards to them. And then we realized that no one could give us that service in a professional way and also give us the transparency during all the process. And that's when we decided to create Paps. And today we are on a mission to build a logistics infrastructure to help companies do business easier in the continent. So we are doing this with an asset-light model where we have over 500 vehicles going from bike to trucks that are delivering every day in the whole country. And on the other hand, we have physical points where composed by warehouses, dispatch centers, and relay network that help us optimize all the trips for our clients. And our 5-year vision is to become the Francophone largest logistics provider and the one-stop shop for all businesses in the region. So what we do today, we offer mailing solution. So we do parcels and documents delivery. For example, in Senegal, we deliver all the invoices for water bills to all the population. And but in the same way, we are geolocalizing all the households in Dakar and the region for the moment. But the goal is to geolocalize all the country and to have a single code for each client to know exactly what is his credential on the delivery system. Then we have the hubs where clients such as Jumia, for example, we externalize all their logistics. So we will do the warehouse, the dispatch, and the deliveries. Then you go to the regular tours, and companies such as Orange, for example, will use that service to fulfill all their agencies. Pharmacies will use that service to fulfill the pharmacies. So we are delivering more than 70% of all the pharmacies in the country every day in drugs. And then we have additional services such as ground transport and Paps at disposal, which is a driver in a régie. So maybe to show you what do we do in terms of process and how we work with Orange, I felt interesting to have that image to show how does that work. So first, the order parts, that's where we first met Orange. It was at the Innovation Challenge back in 2016 that we won here. And it enabled us to won basic things, but that were so useful for us. So basically, we won MacBooks, we won credits of internet solution and box, etc. And also we won a little bit of money, around $5,000, that helped us to grow the team of the tech and build our first platform, which was a client-facing solution that enabled the clients to track, to trace, and to monitor all the deliveries. And then you come to the drop-off and pickup station, which is the second phase of the relationship with Orange. It's when we entered Orange Fab, and we won, I think, something like $20,000. It enabled us to get our first warehouse, and we decided to provide complementary service of the deliveries. So not only to deliver in urban areas, but also to be able to serve clients that are from abroad and that just want to send the pallet over and to monitor all their deliveries within the platform. And that's what we did. And today we have 3 warehouses in Senegal. We have 2 warehouses in Ivory Coast. And all of that is asset-light, as I was saying. Then you have the solution based on the automatic dispatch and the deliveries. So once the order is booked, everything comes at the hub. We create a way, and then on that way we consolidate all the parcels that are supposed to go in the same way. And that's when we started back again to deliver not only in Dakar but nationwide for Orange, and to be able to serve all their agencies in the country. So today, as you can see, we went from Orange Innovation Challenge, Orange Fab, to today closing our pre-series round with Orange leading that round. So I think it's the best example of how a corporate and startup relationship can work. It's not only business; it's also experience. So all the processes that we have in place are majorly inspired from what we see at Orange, and the evaluation we have from their hand also each year as a provider is also something that is pushing us to go to the next step. So, for example, we went from 2019 to have a 8.3 out of 10 rates, which is one of their best rates for their suppliers, to 2020 going at a 1.67 increase rate, and hopefully we will increase that notation during this year. So this was the past and the present of Paps. The future of Paps is also how we can leverage on Orange ecosystem to build international partnership. As you know, Orange is a French company, but present in 17 or 18 countries in the continent in Africa, but also have presence in different markets. You have Orange, the Fab network, which is in Silicon Valley, which is in Asia. So all of this is connection that we can leverage on to build our business. And our end goal is to build that local infrastructure in the countries in Africa, then to connect those countries, and then to connect international retailers to the continent and open the continent for them. So basically, one use case that we like to present is plugging our API to Amazon, having a flag of Senegal or Ivory Coast, being able to book and order, and then 72 hours later being able to receive your shipment in your country. So that's the type of e-commerce that we are seeing. We are not saying that e-commerce in Africa is cash on delivery or is this and that. We think that the evolution of e-commerce is also lacking in the continent because major actors are not in the continent, and those major actors are the ones that will educate the population and educate the markets in a speed where local cannot do that. And that's the story of the world. That's how it happens in every continent. So we expect it to happen also in the most growth in the most growing continents. So let me. So what we are doing in tech today, we have 3 major products. One mobile app, which is connected with Orange Money, that enables the driver to have his task, to perform the task, but also to know exactly how much he earned, and then to be able to cash out those earnings in a Orange station if he wants. An operation system that enables us to track, to know exactly what is happening in the field, and to give to the client serving solution the right information regarding the the deliveries or the storage or the parcels or whatever we are doing. Today, we are a team of 70 people in Senegal, 10 people in Ivory Coast, supported by 300 drivers in a fleet of 500 size capacity vehicles. So we are a very young team, and we also have been very much inspired by Orange on their CSR program. So we started our own CSR program with their help. So basically, it was to be able to put ourselves in a position where we can question ourselves of how to do business, sustainable business in the continent in a broader way. And first question we had to answer is, we have 300 drivers. Do they have children? And do those children going to school? If not, what can we do to help attain the quality of education? In our logistics space, there is a kind of inequality in terms of gender. What can we do? And at the same time, we are delivering and we are using gas. So we are a major provider of sorry, I'm Francophone, so sometimes I lost some word, but yeah, we are polluting the environment. So the end goal for this is to be able, at some point, to be able to, when we perform one deliver, we plant one tree. So this is a very ambitious and long-term goal, but that's also how it's trying to structure the company, and hopefully it works, because we have the certification of best place to work 2 days ago. So this is also something we learn, seeing how Orange is doing business and how we can do the same. So I'm not saying whatever Orange is doing is perfect and it's very good, etc. We don't know everything about Orange and how does it work, but from what we know, there is a lot of things for a startup to learn from this type of company, and that's also why we wanted to continue that partnership with them, not only from them being client, but also going from clients to accelerator and to investor now. So yes, I think it's done. I am Bamba. If you have questions, feel free, and I'll be happy to answer. Thank you very much.
Please, Bamba and Edwin, put your LinkedIn connection in the chat so that people can further connect. Bamba, that was a very nice presentation, and I'm sure that Cheikh Tidiane, who's the Orange Fab manager in Senegal and who's online, will take the compliment that you made to the Orange team. Thank you for him. We are strong believer in the e-commerce in Africa. Also, this is one consequence of the sanitary crisis. It has increased a lot the e-commerce trade, and also we hope it will be accelerated by the AFCFTA agreement, the free trade agreement over Africa. We try to help a startup, and as Bamba mentioned, one thing that we can help in is to help the startup scale, because if we manage to make one success with a startup in one country, the other countries can replicate the success over the region. This is really one asset that we like to put in the agreement with the startup. So on our side, we are done now. So I don't know if we have time for question or if we have to leave the floor to other speakers. So thank you to the audience, and thank you very much, Edwin and Bamba. Jakruti, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so we are open for questions. We can take a couple of them. So yeah, guys, I saw there were a few questions, but Nicolas, you did answer them on the chat. But if anyone else have a question, you can put it on the Q&A section, or maybe on the chat, or maybe just raise your hand. Can I see any questions coming? Not yet. So there was one. If Hi, Nicolas, do you have plans to expand to South Africa?
Yes, I've answered this one. We expand in countries where we can develop mobile services through a mobile license. And unfortunately, there is no current opening in South Africa. But if MTN wants to give us or to sell us its mobile license, we'll be happy to apply.
Okay. Thanks, Nicolas, for that. Any other questions? I'll have to chat to MTN. That's from Lynn. Okay. I think there are no questions now.
If you have questions later, don't hesitate to connect on LinkedIn and send messages.
Yeah, I can see all the LinkedIn profiles up over here, so maybe you can connect there, or maybe they'll be around, so you can just have a chat with them. Do you support any core banking providers on your network? There's a question from Sam.
Any what?
Do you support any core banking providers on your network?
What do you call banking providers? I'm sorry.
Sam, can you elaborate on that?
Banking providers.
Any
Like
services?
payment services or
Yeah.
fintech startup and so on?
Yeah. The ones who provide services for banks.
Yes, actually, we on the one hand, we have a mobile money API that e-merchant can use to let the users pay with mobile money. And we have initiated a banking activity in Ivory Coast that we plan to extend over the region. And for this, we initiate some collaboration with fintech startups, especially in the scoring and lending area. So I mentioned the radio innovation channel that we use every week to present startup to the innovation manager in the region. And this is definitely a channel that we can use to put forward some banking providers and that can show their business and so on. So don't hesitate to contact me about this. Samuel, the question was from Samuel. Very open to that. Jacoti, we can't hear you anymore. We've lost Chakoti's voice.
Hey guys, can you hear me now?
Yes, you're back.
Oh,
Good for us.
yeah. So thank you so.
We are lost without you.
No problem. So thank you so much, Nicolas, Bamba, and Edwin, for joining us and sharing the insights and what you guys have been doing so far. Thank you so much for interesting panel discussion. And yeah, so we look forward to a networking session right now. So it will go on for like 15 to 20 minutes. Maybe you guys can just be around, meet few startups that are showcasing, or maybe few attendees who are interested to meet you in the social lounge that we have. Yeah, so let's move on to the next. There's a networking session right now. After that, we'll have interesting talk by the founder of SocoWatch. Then we have different two panel discussions to discuss. There are a few panelists who will be joining us. And at the end of the day, we have a last one that is the startup showcase, where 12 startups will be showcasing their interesting products and services. So stay tuned, be your move around, network with people, and I'll be right back. Thank you so much to the panelists. Have a great
Thank
day.
you. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone. Bye.
Bye.